What is it worth to you to become more funny? Is it worth $1 million? Is it worth $10 million to you? If it isn't, you're a fool. You're underestimating the value of having a good sense of humor. You can use a good sense of humor to charm people, to charm women and men, to get laid. But not just to get laid, it's much more significant than that. You can use it to land a job. For example, at a job interview, if you have a great sense of humor and you're able to be charismatic and outgoing and kind of bubbly, at least for that hour or two of the job interview, you'll impress them so much they'll give you the job. And if you're a business person and you're doing business deals, having a great sense of humor could make the difference between closing a $10 million business deal or losing it. With a great sense of humor, you can develop a great social circle. With a great sense of humor, you can open doors that would be otherwise closed to you. You can charm all sorts of people. You can charm salespeople. With a great sense of humor, you can go into a used car dealership and you can buy a car for $1,000 cheaper than they would have sold it to you if you didn't have that sense of humor. And none of that even goes to say how it makes you feel on the inside when you have a sense of humor. I mean, it's just fun. Life just becomes more fun. Socializing becomes more fun. Going out with friends becomes more fun. Partying becomes more fun. Being with girls, if you're a guy, becomes more fun. You just enjoy your life more. What is that worth to you? So see, once you understand how valuable it is, then you won't whine and bitch and moan so much about investing a couple of years of your life working for maybe 20 minutes a day, developing your sense of humor by doing various kinds of exercises that you could be doing. You can't buy a sense of humor. You can't go to Walmart and buy a sense of humor. And you can't develop it in any kind of cheap or easy way. By the way, I have a video. I have a hour-long video that says how to be funny. It gives you my formula for how to become funny and develop a sense of humor. But how many of you will, first of all, sit through an hour of that, recognize the value of it to even sit through an hour of it? Most people, they wouldn't even value this topic enough to sit through an hour video explaining how to become humorous. That's a fail right there. But even then, at the end of that video, I give you a bunch of exercises that you should be doing every single day to develop your sense of humor. How many of you have done that for a year every single day? For even just 1 year straight? None of you. Almost none of you, I guarantee it. And then you come to me and say, "Oh, Leo, how do I be funny? Tell me how to be funny." You can't become funny overnight. Becoming funny requires retraining how your entire brain looks at reality. If you're a serious person, if you're a shy person who isn't very witty, isn't very playful with others socially, isn't really good at cracking jokes or being humorous, if that's your starting point, if your starting point is sort of a zero, it's going to take you years to change that. Now, some people are just more intuitively humorous, and then they don't need that much work. But most people, when they talk about how do I become more funny, they don't see the value of that. I've spent years developing a sense of humor. If you think I lack a sense of humor, you should have seen me 10 years ago before I started shooting these videos. How shy and how serious I was, how humorless I was. I had to spend a lot of effort to develop my sense of humor, and I had to practice it on a daily basis. Sometimes on my forum, you see me cracking jokes or being humorous. Even in serious situations, I'll sometimes crack a joke. And sometimes people wonder, "Oh, Leo's being an asshole. Why is he doing that?" Actually, what you don't understand is that I'm actually practicing my sense of humor, developing that. Because I know that by the time that I'm 50 years old, I want to have like a really good sense of humor. And the only way I can get it is by practicing it for 10, 20 years in every chance that I can get. So if I see a chance to crack a joke, I'll take it. Now, I'm not saying I have an amazing sense of humor. I'm saying it's not about how good you are in some absolute sense. It's always relative to where you were in the past. Right? So where I am today is 1,000% better than where I was 10 years ago. I'm not comparing myself to stand-up comedians. I'm comparing myself to where I was and also to where I want to be. And my journey's not done. There's still a lot of work I can do on my sense of humor.